Hello, welcome to the Moto Central News Desk. My name is Billy Rainford. Thanks for tuning in. What we're going to do here for the first show, I figured the best place to start is let's do a preview of the 2019 Rockstar Triple Crown Arenacross series. That's part of the Greater Triple Crown Tour. It starts actually in a couple days out in Abbotsford. So the series is going to go from Abbotsford this weekend, then we're going to go to Calgary the following week. We're going to take a week off, and then September 27th we'll be in Sarnia, Ontario. And the fourth and final round will be May 4th up in Barrie, Ontario. So be sure to tune in for all of those. Lots of news coming up after we do our preview show, but our preview here in the segment of the show here. So yeah, let's get started with the Arenacross Tour preview. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll start with the 250 Arenacross class, and we'll go over last year's, the 2018, the inaugural season's results, the top 10. In 10th last year was Joey Parks. We'll go through this pretty quickly. Joey Parks, he had an off-season injury. I think it was wakeboarding. He kind of got hurt. Or no, it might have been kiteboarding. Kiteboarding, yeah. Had an injury, so he's coming in, getting better now, but watch for him to improve. He did the first 3 rounds last year. 9th last year in the 250 class was Brad Notted out of Washington State. Actually now calls Portland home now. He did the second and third rounds, finished 3-2. So you know he's got the speed. He used to race in Canada full time. Well, get this, he's back to racing Canada full time. So we'll have Brad Notted to watch all summer long here. He'll be out there this weekend on a kind of a privately done team with his lots of his long-term sponsors. So it'll be cool to see Brad. He finished 9th last year. 8th last year, not the finishes he wanted, of course. I'm talking about Dylan Wright, the Go for Dunes rider. He did the first 3 rounds and had some troubles, so those are the only ones he did in the Arenacross series. Kid that's always got the speed, always got the skill and talent. We need to see some consistency out of him, so we're watching for him to come out guns a-blazing out here at round 1 in Abbotsford. So he was 8th last year. I'm sure he's looking to improve on that, and no doubt he will. Jess Pettis, he actually won the Motocross and Supercross titles last year. Didn't race the first few rounds of Arenacross. Showed up at the last one and took the win there. We all know his skill indoors as he was racing the West Coast 250 West Supercross this past season. He switched teams. He's no longer on the Yamaha. He's now with the Red Bull KTM Thor Racing team. So he won't be there this weekend though. Cool thing, he was at Justin Barsha's last week, this past couple of days, training, riding out there in Florida. So pretty cool opportunity for him as he just keeps improving. But he won't be at the Arenacross Tour races out west. There's a chance we see him show up at another Supercross. I mean, he's racing the West Coast, and his first love is Supercross, and he's shown skill at that. If we don't see that, then he's certainly getting ready for the outdoors when it starts June 1st in Calgary here in Canada. Ahead of him, finishing 6th last year, was Jason Benny out of the Quebec rider. He did the last 2 races, finished 6th and 5th, the PRMX rider. And 5th last year was BC, a local guy out there, Wyatt Waddell. He did the whole series there, went to 8-5, 10, 11, 10. He finished 5th overall, so watch for him out there with the Carlson Racing team. Tanner Ward, another of the KTM Red Bull Thor Racing riders, did the series last year, 3-11-5, 3-7 for 4th overall. Tanner will not be out there for the Arenacross Tour. He'll be starting up with the series full-time in the motocross portion when it starts up Calgary June 1st as well. We'll probably see him at Sarnia and Barrie because he is just up the road in Woodstock, Ontario, so not a far drive for him. 3rd place last year, the multi-retiring Ryan Lockhart, 4.44.56 last year. I don't expect to see Ryan Lockhart racing the pro class this year. I know he's shown up and he did some in the Future West, won the age group classes. So Ryan's got a son now, and he is switching his priorities, of course, to that way. But 2nd place last year was Marco Canella. Marco was his freshman year last year in the pro classes, 7.9, 3, and a very consistent 2.2 in the last 2 rounds here in Ontario. Marco will be coming back. He's with the Royal Distributing FXR Yamaha team coming into his sophomore year. So watch for him this weekend. Hopefully he should be with the consistency. He's been training hard down south. Let's watch for him. Winning it last year was Sean Moffenbauer. He went 2-1-1-1-3 and took the overall last season. And he also won the Triple Crown $10,000 prize. So congrats to him for last year. He moves up to the 450 class. Not the first time he's raced the 450 class. He leaves his team and he is now with a team that he's been with before. So watch for him on the Rockstar OTSFF Yamaha team in the 450 class. So that is last year's top 10. Most of those guys will be back and competing. Now there are a few riders we need to mention here as well. Al Dick over at the Sky Racing team there, he's got a couple kids. They will not be in the Arenacross portion of the tour yet, but we want to mention Chris Fortier, the Quebec rider, lived in Florida for a while. He'll be racing on the team when they head out to the outdoors for sure. And there's also rumors going around that they're very close to signing the deal with Joey Crown. I mean, Joey was racing that East Coast Supercross on a team, and things didn't work out there, so he's been looking for a team. Looks like Al Dick and the Sky Racing boys are about to sign that deal. Again, that will start for the motocross and probably into the Supercross. So don't look for him, but I thought it'd be worth mentioning because it is kind of a big deal here in the 250 class. Other big news, probably the biggest news here, has got to be Tyler Medaglia, the two-time 250 Canadian champ motocross, has moved down to the 250 class, right? So he is on the Kawasaki. He's moving down from the he'll be on the Monster Energy Pillars Alpine Stars Kawasaki team, racing the 250 class. So where do you put him in the championship? I mean, the kid's got skills. He is a West AMA Arenacross champ as well, so let's not forget that. He's small. He's pretty aggressive and says he's having a lot of fun on the 250. So where do you slot him in? I mean, last year he finished 4th in the 450 class. So, I mean, yeah, where do you put him? Also, let's not forget, we've got the Royal Distributing FXR Yamaha team. Kevin Tyler, Johnny Grant, the guys over there at MX101. They had Jess Pettis last year. Jess won the title. They had Sean Moffenbauer before that. He won the title. Then they all moved on. So what they've done is they've had to grab another guy. They've gone south of the border this year. They've got Luke Rensland on the number 94. I saw Luke down at the Tampa race down in Florida this past couple months ago, and he mentioned he was, working for his dad. He was not on the couch, but I mean, wasn't sure where he was going. Got talking with the guys at MX101. Luke Rensland is a very fast indoor rider, very fast outdoor rider from the States. So where do you put him in there? I mean, why wouldn't he be up in the mix as well, right? So we've got some fast guys. Now, how about this? I just learned about this a couple days ago. Didn't actually know this. Remember Jair Mitchell showed up from Bermuda, I believe. Came up and raced our Trans-Can. Great guy, showed a lot of speed, a little bit of inconsistency. Mark Booker and the guys over there at Whole Shot Motorsports have signed him, the number 50, Jair Mitchell. So watch for him this weekend. And word is he will be. I spoke with Kyle Thompson over at Jetworks, and he confirms that he is racing all 3 rounds, all 3 segments of the tour. So where do you put a guy like Jair? I mean, we haven't seen him in quite a while. I'm sure his consistency is going to be there, and he definitely had the speed. So that's a quick rundown of what to look for here in the 250 class this weekend in Abbotsford. Okay, now moving up to the 450 class, let's do the same kind of treatment we did there. We'll go through these quickly. In 10th place was Kyle Keese. He raced the last 2 rounds, finished 4-9. Obviously, we're probably not going to see him out there out in the West Coast. Same with the rider who finished 9th place. That was Steve Mages, who went to 8-6 the last 2 rounds of the Arenacross Series. Number 8, finishing 8th last year, was Cade Clayson. He had a great last couple of rounds. He went to 3-2s. He led for a long time. Finally got passed by Cole Thompson in that one round there. But he will be there for the Sky Racing guys. The team has switched bikes, so they will be now on Husqvarnas. Cade says he loves it. He's married. He's living in Arizona now on an Air Force base with his wife, Sarah. So he'll be there and probably feeling pretty happy and ready to go. He only did the last 2 last year, so he's looking forward to getting the whole series in here. Davey Fraser finished 7th. Watch for him out there in the Carlson Racing supported Husqvarna bike. Keelan Meston was 6th. Also was a teammate of Davey last year. Bit of a kind of a combination of support here. He now moves over to the CTR Club MX Redemption Racing Squad. Over there, he's on a Yamaha now, so watch for Keelan Meston to really be doing well. He's been training at Club MX there. He was, he did 5th place at rounds 1 and 5 last year. Dylan Epstein was 5th last year. Dylan left the series last year. He's gone home to Thousand Oaks, California. We won't be seeing Dylan Epstein, nice guy, but we will not be seeing him up here racing. Tyler Medaglia was the rider who finished 4th last year. He was 2nd at round 2. As we mentioned in the 250 preview, Tyler moved down to the 250 class, so that's pretty exciting there to see how he's going to do. That's probably, the most conversation is how will he do. He's older now, he's more mature, supposed to be more relaxed. You need to be pretty aggressive on that 250 class, so we'll have to see how he does. Finishing 3rd was Matt Gerke last year, the multi-time Canadian champ. Big news for him. He's 2nd at round 3 was his best finish. Now he moves to a new team. He's left his team from last year. He now moves over to become Sean Moffenbauer's teammate there at Kawasaki. So word on the street, I spoke with Adam Disco Stu Robinson there. And he has said that, man, new fire, there's a fire lit under Matt. He feels like he's got something to prove, loves the bike, coming in solid. So watch for Matt with kind of a bit of a chip on his shoulder. He wants to come out there and prove to everybody that he's still got it. So watch for him. Last year finishing second, he won the first round, went 1-3-2-6-5, was Colton Fasciotti. He raced the Arenacross Tour last year. Had that injury last year at the finish in the Supercross round. Nursing some back issues through the off season. Word has he will not be out there, so don't watch for Colton Fasciotti out at round 1 in the Arenacross. Watch for him to pick up the series when certainly when it hits the Motocross series. Whether he shows up to race the last two in Sarnia and Barrie, that's yet to be seen. But don't watch for him this weekend. Finishing first last year, finished second in the first one in that mud race, and then went 1-1, 1-1. Ran the table out. That was Cole Thompson. Cole won the Arenacross Tour, didn't win the Motocross, and then won the Supercross. Took the Triple Crown $100,000 money from Rockstar. So pretty exciting there. So Cole Thompson, he is the one rider of the 3 KTM Red Bull Thor guys who will be there. He's of course going after that $100,000 again in the 450 class. So Cole Thompson will be there. So that was your top 10 last year. Now, most of those guys will be there, of course, like we mentioned. Couple things we need to mention. We have the new rider, the teammate of Sean Moffenbauer, talking about Phil Nicoletti, the number 54 on the Rockstar OTSFF Yamaha. He showed up and raced a couple of the Supercross rounds last year, made things interesting. Has the speed. We all know he has the pedigree. He's been there around. He's been around. Fun guy to be around. So it should be interesting to see how he does. So watch for him out there on the with the teammate Sean Moffenbauer. Moffenbauer, we mentioned, won the 250 class last year. As we mentioned in the 250 preview, has moved up. So how will Moffenbauer do on the 450? That is yet to be seen. And then there's the Cycle North team. They're bringing in 2 very experienced riders with the current Future West Moto Arenacross champ. That's Colin Duran. Also, they've also announced they are bringing up Nick Schmidt. So 2 guys who should be in the mix here in this 450 class. All right, hey, it's time to get some news items here. So let's move on to that. Starting off here, we just went through the Rockstar Triple Crown Arenacross preview, but another thing to add to that now is if you don't get Fox Sports Racing on television, now I know, as you know, Fox Sports Racing is going to be covering it live, like 2.5-hour shows on their channel, but not everybody gets that in Canada. Well, good news. Jetworks and Two Wheels TV will be providing a live stream, so they're all going to be live streamed, so you can watch every event live on your computer, on your phone kind of thing. So it's an American company that is producing it, Two Wheels TV, so they are offering 2 packages. There's a $49 lifetime membership, so you sign up for $49, you get it for life. Or you can do the $5 a month, $5 a month and watch the months that you want. So I mean, if you just want to catch our series, the Canadian series, and then go into the Supercross series, Canadian Supercross series, then you can do that and you can cancel and fire it back up. Or do the lifetime, you catch all kinds of motorized sporting events on their package. The guys behind the booth there, behind the camera, will be Ryan Gauld and Kyle Thompson again. Those 2 guys did last year. New this year again, we saw him a little bit last year, was Zeb Dennis. Will be on the floor. He'll be the guy on the floor. And I spoke with Kyle Thompson earlier today, and he mentioned there is another guy to be announced. It sounds like a big deal. He wasn't sure if he could tell me. He didn't tell me. They'll have another guy showing up for 8 rounds. So watch for that announcement coming up. Okay, so that is the Two Wheels TV live stream. Also, that happened this week was for the Motocross of Nations news. Courtney Lloyd, 3-time team manager, took us to Italy, England, Redbud in the States last year, has decided to step down. I wasn't completely happy with some of the things that went on, so she's stepped down, leaving a vacancy in that manager's position for Team Canada Motocross of Nations. I also spoke with Marilyn Bastido. She's the CEO of the CMA, which holds the sanctioning body. She's the vice president of FIM North America as well. She mentioned that it is still possible for the team to go to Assen in the Netherlands September 27th. So we're not, it's not dead yet, folks. So if you are interested in the manager's position, you can still apply. If you go to the website, you can go to the Direct Motocross website. We have a link up there. You need to do it by April 15th. So they need to have your application in there by then. So if you're interested, go in, apply. I know many names have been thrown around on when we had it up on our site, so it's kind of interesting to see what'll happen. Also mentioned this week, the Montreal Supercross is confirmed for September 14th. The Gestev promoted event will be at the Olympic Stadium there in Montreal. It will also serve as round 1 of the Rockstar Triple Crown Supercross Tour Series. So again, like they did last year, they're kind of a combined effort. So it will be round 1 of the 3 Supercross rounds this coming season. So defending champ Malcolm Stewart is signed up to be in, coming off that femur injury. Christian Craig is also supposed to be in. Dean Wilson is slated to be in. So lots of fast guys to mix it up with our top guys. So it'll be round 1 of the Supercross. So it'll be interesting to see how that does. Now, hey, do you want to win a Rockstar Triple Crown hat? We got a Fox New Era hat here. I wore it to see how it looked when I was on camera here to see if I did the preview with it on. I wasn't going to wear the hat, so that is all it's been worn. It's a brand new hat. If you would like to win this hat, I'm going to come up with some giveaways here. Send us an email at info@directmotocross.com. In the subject, why not just put Triple Crown hat, okay? Now, if you're from Canada, we will send it to you for free. If you're not from Canada, but you really want this hat, we may have to charge some shipping. We're not going to send stuff to South Africa and lose our shirts sending hats. Nah. Sending hats around the world. But then inside, what we'll do is we'll take all the names of the emails we got, we'll put them in a hat, probably this hat, do a draw, let you know you won, and you'll win yourself a hat. So that's a Rockstar Triple Crown hat, New Era Fox hat here. So yeah, send us an email, info@directmotocross, and we'll pick a winner, send you a hat. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us in the first week here of the here at the Moto Central desk here. Yeah, this weekend we're off to the Arenacross round 1 in Abbotsford. I myself will be down at Nashville at the Supercross. What we've got is actually the Nashville Supercross, and we've also got the Supercross Futures on the Sunday. Now I know we've got Quebec rider Guillaume Saint-Cyr. He raced Houston last week, didn't make it through the LCQ, didn't make it into the SX Futures 250 main event. He'll be going again on his Team PRMX strict Kawasaki. Guillaume Saint-Cyr racing the SX Futures, very competitive class, trying to get his pro license to race Supercross, the AMA Monster Energy Supercross Series next year for the team in the East rounds is what he wants to do. Yeah, so next week we'll be talking about that, of course, talking about the Nashville Supercross. We'll be talking about the Futures race, any other Canadians that we happen to see there, and what happened there. I'm sure there'll be lots of stuff to talk about. Actually, we're going to spend some time downtown in Nashville. Not a country fan, but it's not even about the country music. It's just about music in general there at that place. A lot of fun. Obviously, we'll also be talking about round 1 of the Rockstar Triple Crown Arenacross Series. So that goes off this Saturday. We'll have that to talk about next week. So hey, thank you very much for joining us here on the at the Moto Central desk. I'm Billy Rainford. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.